Hey guys, welcome to the 8th C programming tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to continue looking at if statements. So in the previous tutorial we came up with this code right here, and basically what it does is it just asks the user for a character. If the user enters a capital A, it'll print out hello, otherwise it'll say you entered an invalid character. Now in this tutorial we're going to expand on that idea. Let's say we want to make it so if the user enters a capital A, they get hello. If they enter a capital B, they get happy birthday, and if they enter a capital C, they'll get welcome. Well, what we can do to do that is we can just put else if my car double equals a capital B, then we want it to print out happy birthday. So we're going to say happy birthday and then end the line with a /n. Alright, so now basically what this is going to do right here is it's going to say if the character that the user enters is equal to a capital A, then it's going to print out hello. But if it doesn't equal a capital A, it's going to come down here and check and see if it's equal to a capital B. If it's equal to a capital B, then it's going to print out happy birthday. If it's not equal to a capital B, then it's going to go down here and print out you entered an invalid character. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and run this program and see if this works right here. So we're going to say please enter a character. We'll enter capital A. We see we get hello, and we enter a capital B and we get happy birthday spelled wrong. Alright, and if we enter in any other character besides A or B, we should get you entered an invalid character. Alright, so now let's just do this for a capital C. So we're going to say else if my car double equals a capital C, then we're just going to print out welcome. Alright, so we're going to say welcome and then end the line. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and run this. Now if we enter a capital C, we get welcome, and if we run this again and enter anything besides a capital A, a capital B, and a capital C, we should get you entered an invalid character. Yep, you entered an invalid character. Now let's say we wanted to make it so if the user enters an A, a B, or a C, they'll get hello. Well, one way of doing this is just changing all these down here to hello. So we can just change this to hello and this to hello right here. So now if the user enters an A, it'll print out hello. If the user enters a B, it'll print out hello. And if the user enters a C, it'll print out hello. Otherwise, it'll just print out you entered an invalid character. So we just enter A, we get hello. We enter B, we get hello, and if we enter C, we should get hello as well. Yep, alright. But there is actually a much easier way of doing this. What we can actually do right here is we can say if my car double equals A, and then we can do these two vertical bars. And these two vertical bars are basically the same thing as or. So we're saying if my car equals A, or my car equals B, or my car equals C, then we want it to print out hello. Alright, so now let's just go ahead and run this and make sure that it works. So once again, what it's going to do is going to say if my character equals A, or if my character equals B, or if my character equals C, then we're just going to print out hello. So let's just go ahead and run this. Please enter a character. We'll enter A, we get hello. We enter B, we get hello. We enter C, we get hello. And if we enter any character besides capital A, capital B, or capital C, we should get you entered an invalid character. Yep, perfect. Alright, now let me just go ahead and show you one more thing. Right here we did or. You can also do and. So what we can do is change these to two and symbols, and yes, you do need two and symbols right here, so make sure that you put two. And now what it's going to say is if my character equals capital A, and my character equals capital B, and my character equals capital C, then it'll print out hello. Well, that's impossible. My character cannot be equal to A, B, and C, but if you were trying to test three conditions, like you're trying to test like if my character equals capital A and then some other variable equals 10, then we want to print out hello. So let's go ahead and change it to that. So we're going to create another integer variable up here. So we're going to say int I equals 10. And then what we're going to do is just delete all this right here, and we're going to say if the character that the user enters is A and this variable called I is equal to 10, then we want it to print out hello. So now if the user enters A, we should get hello because I is equal to 10 right up here. So we're going to say A, yep, we get hello because the character that the user entered was A and the value of I is 10. But now let's go ahead and change the value of I to something besides 10, like 6, and run this. We enter capital A, and we see we get you entered an invalid character, because what it did right here is it's like, alright, my character is equal to capital A, but I is not equal to 10. So it just went down here and printed you entered an invalid character. So the only way that it'll print this hello right here is if my character equals A and the value of I is 10. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial, so see you guys.